this is going to be a quick video about a game called Dragon Awaken. I'm going to try to include everything what I sort of know and give some tips, and probably after that I'm going to do a separate video where I show what you should do when you're doing the runs and stuff like that. So for first, if you have a VIP level, this is something you can claim every day. It gives you bonus and you can pick more stuff up. From the chest opening, which you have 5 a day, I suggest you only use this, or let's say if you recharge, you are going to get this chest. So use only these two to open. This takes 2 hours, the other one takes 1 hour. Basically that's it. For the worshipping, what you need to do every day is I suggest you worship yourself, as I have done. Right now there was an event which is for X-Smash. So what you can do, if there's a grow event, you can make sure your inventory is full. Right now mine isn't, but fill it up, and from the grow event, when you pick up the items, if you have spent, let's say, 5, 7, 10k materials on the grow event, when you pick them, they're going to stay here as mine are staying, and for the next event you're going to have the chance to, for the 3 days that the event is going, to get the 2000 points, so you can get the bonus from smashing, which is here. And you're getting a decent amounts of gold, material for your armor, and a pet. So what I suggest for yourself is that's what you should focus on. Most likely you need critical and prestige. The other things, they're just going to come around, so you don't actually need to worry about them. As for these stats over here, I suggest you go for damage rate and reduce damage rate. The other stuffs also are going to come through. For your materials, I suggest you save more and more and more. This is something you need to plus your items, but you can actually, let's say, make them to plus 200, 250 and stop there and just wait until you have more gold, because you're going to need your gold for a lot of other stuff. I suggest you save a little bit more of stamina potions, because when there's an event you can spend more and more and more, and some people, when they spend each day the 10 from the prey from their friends, they actually just use 10 10 10 each day and they don't get anything. As for your garden, I suggest you just go and go for the gold. If you're not on ultimate level, maybe you can go for the XP, but when the game started it was harder to get more experience. Now it's pretty easy, so you should just focus on the gold. For the pets, if you have all the pets, you just mark 3, and for the one which is for the day, you just start it. Nothing special about it. For your garden, it's about luck if you're going to end up here to get, if you have some kind of safe gold over here. If you go to another garden, you have the chance, but you must hope not to get on this position with the dragon. For the plunder, I suggest you plunder people who are not active players, because there are a lot of them, and you can just be friendly with the other people around you. For the missions, nothing special, you just need to have the stats, and basically most of the time you're going to be able to complete all of this. Sometimes you get heroes that are 6 stars and you probably won't. Game blitz, matter of luck, because you should focus on getting, if you can, 4 or something like that, but each day if you're doing this, I have quite a couple of extra chances, so I don't need to use diamonds, but I suggest you get to the 800 mark and you stop there. You don't really get anything from it. For the dragon catacomb, I have a lot of points. Usually I use them, but right now I just decided to save. It's not so hard to get around 1000 and something points without using any pluses points, but what you want to focus here is somewhere around this corner from here all the way around in here. It's where you're going to find this dragon, and from here around this corner you're going to find the dragon chest. If you don't have this 100 points to go to the next level, you can search for the chest. If you have them, you can just go to the next level. What you want to focus on is, I really don't think if this is the right choice, but I'm taking this and this crystal because there's a chance of finding a goblin, which is going to give you extra stuff. Most of the people go for these wings, but if you don't get plus 25 points over here, you're actually going to lose 10 points from your moves, so it's not so good. I prefer to spend 5 or 7 steps with a chance of me getting an extra 25. So if you take this one, it's 15 points plus 25 from the goblin. It's pretty much better than this one, and it's a matter of luck. That's why it says that. You should never take this one. Most of the time, sometimes you may take this one, but as you go on to search, let's say for the chest, just go and click around the materials, because there's a bigger chance and you're just going to spend one move if you click here and open a couple of spaces. So it's much better if you ask me. For your goals, they're actually going to come around. Right now I'm just going to show you how they look around the level I am, how to put them together. And that's basically it. They're not so hard to stick together. If you have Ember, you can buy some stuff from here, but I actually wouldn't buy because it's pretty expensive. Here for what's called the trial, which you can get some extra stuff from here and extra points on your heroes. What I suggest, the more heroes you have, the more trial levels you're going to get. Right now I'm 21, I'm probably going to get around 60 when it ends, but you should focus on your team, and after you say you're done with your team, you can just start with the other heroes. When you get them to level 15, you go to the next one and to the next one, and like that you just switch and you use them on your you can use them on your main characters. I use mine on the current ones. Over here, this is called divine, so you should try to get as many materials as you can. From getting from stage 7 to stage 8, you need around 15k, so that's a lot of material. but let's say from stage 3 to stage 4 you need somewhere about almost 5k, so you just need to save a little bit more. Here you need around 7k, and from some events you can get this stuff and put it. They're just going to give you some extra points. For the blood, before you get to ultimate level 6, excuse me, if you're ultimate level 2, which isn't so hard to get, you're going to spend these dragon crystals on each dragon you have. For this one you need to spend money, for this one you need to activate 1.5 million, and over here you have points that you're going to get from the dungeons, which is level 72, and you can just use them on your heroes and get some extra points, but this one is not quite worth doing. As you get to level 76, I suggest you go all the way for this one. This is the material you're going to get from the dungeon, and you just active excuse me, each time. So what you're going to want to do here is each time you refresh the shop, since the dungeon came out, they're giving this 500 because you can take only 5 from them, so you need 1,500 of them to get all the 500, and this is going to give you, as you saw, quite a lot of battle rate and good score and stats for your character. For the class escalation, you need to attack the Pandemonium over here, so you can get the gear and the level. As for your gear, you're just going to save. You're going to enforce each one, and as you go up you need what? For this one you need 5. If you're with the max, you're going to need everything, so that includes 6 items, and basically that's it. By the time passing, you're just going to get more and more of it. This is something new. I activated before maybe, I don't know, let's say last week, so you're getting good amounts of stats from this thing. It's from the dungeons over here. What you want to focus when you're doing it, you can get only 800 each day, so when you do the runs, you just need to attack the boss the last, so you need to get exactly 165 points before you attack the boss, so you can do it in one run. It's pretty easy to be made. This is something you can do one time a week, and you're getting these points over here, and this is where the boss list is. If you're stronger, you can get the 8k, 6, 4, 2. Most likely, if you're, let's say, 30 million battle score over here, you can do this one for sure. As you get stronger and you have Martyr, you can do this one also. For the dungeons, it's pretty easy to do. You won't have problem with getting the 3 stars. For your mount, excuse me, this is something you're going to get from events, from X-Mash events and stuff like that. What I suggest you do is you just need to get it to stage 9, and after you're done, you're not going to spend this material for your mount anymore. Over here you have special mounts. I'm just going to go around them so you can see what I have. since they opened this thing over here, excuse me for that, which is called shard store, I stopped upgrading because it's not worth. If you have more pieces of something you already have, I suggest you use them in the shard store. These are the mounts. For the forge, I suggest you go one by one to each. This goes for the trowel, you trowel this, then this, and you go all the way around to make as much as you can the same stats. For the mount race, this thing over here, you're going to get some of these materials from the event. From some other events you can exchange for this, and you just upgrade it. It doesn't give you quite so much, maybe around, I have for level 12, I don't know, maybe let's say about 2 million battle score. Here for the dragon blood, I suggest you use it only on your S mounts. That way you're going to get more extra points. And basically that's it. When you're done with spending your points for the mount over there, you can just go over here and feed your mount with the mount stones that you have. And if you have your armor on stage 50, there's no more updates, so you can use them all the time for this one, but I suggest you save them for grow events. If your skills are level 50, you can use these scrolls here whenever you want, and also this summoning card and this Imperial crystal. The rest of the material, I suggest you save them. For the wings, when you get them to stage 9 also, you're going to use this material only to feed your pet, nothing more. The left ring and the right ring crystal, you're going to get them from events, and they're going to give you quite a lot of extra stats on you. For the appearance, this is my wings that I have. That's all of them. The awakening, you're going to get it from the material dungeons, and by the time passing you're just going to upgrade it. Over here you need to be ultimate level 7 to do this dungeon. I suggest when you get all the pieces to, let's say, level 8, you just go and focus on your critical. As you get somewhere around level 20, I suggest you go for prestige, and after that for attack, and just because you need it here for the extra stats, nothing more. But I suggest you save from this material as much as you can and then use it. If you end up doing the other boss, which means that if you're doing if you select light boss, you're going to attack the dark one. If you select the dark one, you're going to attack the light one. And let's say if you had 90 materials of this, when you use them on your, let's say, for the critical, you need exactly 90 more to get it back to on the dark side, so you can get this 40% bonus damage increased if you're fighting against the angel boss. For your armor, I have them all on 100 because they recently upgraded the patch, so the maximum you could spend was 100, so I just suggest you go for the strongest one. If you get this one, it doesn't matter how much you've spent for armor. So over here you just go to the next one, but you save your crystals for a growth event, and then when the event comes you use them. Don't use them when you just have the points. over here. This is something you get from the trial dungeons, nothing special, but what you want to focus here is just upgrade one by one the points and battle score you're going to get from the full piece. It's different, and the upgrading doesn't make any changes. As you can see, they're the same stats, so you can even upgrade only one, but I prefer each one because you're getting more battle score by that. For your dragons, I made a big mistake from the beginning, but when you start the game, I suggest you wait until you get 1.5 million battle score. Even without your dragon upgrading, you're going to get it, and when you get it, you start upgrading this one and make this one your main dragon, and after that you're going to make the fire or the wind dragon your backup dragon. Let's say it like that. I suggest you go for the critical one, and when you get this one to level 80, then this one, then this one, then the light one. After that you're going to get the earth one, and the last one is going to be the ice dragon. And when you have all the dragons to level 80, you can just start to upgrade your main dragon more and more and more. For the spirits, you should use this one for your main dragon, and also the crystals that you're going to get over here: light, rage, doom, and divine. For the evolution, I suggest you go for your main dragon, but as you get more dragons to level 80, I suggest you upgrade them too, but this comes also, you're going to save this material only for grow events. This is something for all the dragons, but as I said, you should focus on your main dragon, and on the other ones you can just use a couple of them. This is for the resistance. If you have Amber, you're going to spend and open these pots. If you're not, you're just going to have one or two. I'm not sure about that, but you're just going to go one by one to upgrading them. As you can see, I have all of them to level 7, and this is anti-resistance that you need also Amber to open it. But you can always use 20 drills that you are going to get from the exchange shop over here, and they are over here. What I suggest when you get your bravery seals, don't take any of this. When you have 1000, take it to exchange it for this pick, and when you get another 1000, you're going to exchange it for this relic, and after that, when you're done, just exchange for this one. Each day you can get 100 points, so you need exactly 100 points to get 20 drills. From the champion, which is from the cross server area, when you get 1000, I suggest you exchange for this one for the pick, and after you're done, I don't know, you just save. For the fashion shop, you're going to get this set. After that, you're going to get the pick and the relic, and after that you're just going to exchange for the, you can exchange for this one too, but I exchange only the relic drill that you need to put more relics on you. For the honor shop, you are going to get the set. After that, you're going to get the pick, and you're going to get this to maximum stage, so you're going to need somewhere about 10,000 of this to get this one, and as you're done, you're going to get this material for your mount to put it on, and when you're done with that, you're going to get all of these armors for all of your heroes, and when you're done with that, you're just going to spend all the honor you have for wings or for armor, so you can upgrade rather some of these stats over here that are going to give you a bonus. I focus on my main, the first upgrade. And for the wings, I suggest don't upgrade this one. You can upgrade this one time, maybe two. Don't upgrade this one neither. You can upgrade this one and also that, but it's a matter of choice. I suggest you go for these two. For the luck shop, you have each day 4 or 5, I'm not sure, that you can refresh. I suggest each day you buy something. If there's an event like right now, for Relic shop refresh, I suggest when you refresh you just get your Relic stones. That's the only thing you should exchange for my opinion. This foundation weapon where you can worship, and from each worship you get 20 battle score. So if you have the weapon, you don't actually get so much, so I won't spend so much to get it. Over here you need all of these heroes which are 6 stars to open this one which is 7 stars, and after that you're going to be able to do these mini bosses, so you can upgrade it. For your faction, for your academy, I suggest you go one by one. Let's say you start from here, level 10, level 10, 10, 10, 10, then 20, 20, 20, and that goes on. So you can focus on one, but after you get to level, I think 25, each time you're just going to need 2000 points to upgrade once. You can get it from donating these crystals. I save them each week, and in the end of the week I use all of them. You should try to join size roll. It depends on your battle score which one from your faction you can defeat. If you have investment, you can just attack each time and get the 10 chances. If not, you're just going to wait. I think every 30 minutes it refreshes, so you're going to get one chance every 30 minutes. If you're doing only this one, you're probably not going to have problems like that. For your Quan, you should try to get an active Quan so you can get all these rewards each day, and if someone donates, you can get some extra diamonds from his donation. For your skills, I suggest you use Mystic almost all the time, and as you get stronger you can use Duelist in 1v1 battles. For the mastery, as you get more scrolls, you can upgrade it. For your talents, I suggest you go only for the critical, so as you get to active these passive skills, you can just go and start focusing only on the critical side. Some people like to focus on the damage rate side. The difference between them as a damage, it's not so big, but over here from the last kill almost it says 31% of the time, but most of the time, each time you hit, you're going to get 50 rage or 100 rage again, and you can use another skill. If you're doing PvP, this is quite a good one to use because you have a big percent of dodge and you can survive a daily attack, so that gives but you're going to lose quite a lot of damage. For your heroes, what I suggest, you level up them one by one, so that means when you start on the game, you go for level 10, level 10, level 10, 10, 10, and it goes on. When you get to level 80, you're going to get one to level 100, and then you're trying to go to get one more to level 100. For the upgrade of the character hero's skill, you are just going to go the same way, so you're just going to upgrade them to the same stage. You can use this material on growth events and on passive events like this one, which is for amount stone. If you don't have 10k, I suggest you don't go for this event, because it's better always to have 10k from any material, so you can have all the rewards from the grow event and maybe win it. As for the evolution, it goes the same way, but over here you want to get all your heroes to evolution stage 5, then to 10, then to 15, and then to 20, and after that get them as you like to stage 25, which is the max. For your soul, I would suggest you do exactly the same thing as for the other two, but over here with the refine, if you have crystals, I suggest you go for 2 or 4 critical, or at least let's make 2 attack and 2 critical, so you can get more bonus points on your character, which is going to give you more bonus on yourself. For the crest, I suggest you do exactly the same. As you can see, they're almost equal, but you should have one character that is going to be your main damage dealer. For me, that's the Grand Swordsman. For the smart, for the starment, you're going to get each time you get the shards to active one of these heroes, you can upgrade him over here. As you can see, when you get them and you have extra essence, which when you get all these characters active to the last stage, you are going to be able to recycle them, and when you recycle them you can just upgrade them. I say you just go to level 5 on each one, and that's all. Don't go beyond that. I'm just going to go quick around here to show you what level are my characters. For the artifact, you're going to go on for your team, and it stays the same thing for the as for the others, for hero also. The only problem is this, that you're going to need quite a lot of it, and also this, which you're going to get from the arena battles. For your equipment, I suggest on all your equipments, some of this you can get if you're donating, some of them you can get if you're upgrading them. This is something you are going to get from the arena also, and sometimes from recycling parts like this one. But what I suggest for you to do is you get each part to plus 50, and after that the stronger parts like this one and this one, you are going to get them to plus 100, and when you're done, the strongest parts that you have, let's say this one for me, you're going to get to plus 100, and you should refine the strongest items, you should refine them as much as possible. And if you don't like the stats that it's giving, let's say I focus on the criticals, or you can reforge them. Sometimes if you have locks you can use them. I personally most of the time don't use them, but sometimes I do. But this is the stats you want to focus on: attack, critical, and prestige. Most likely the attack. And from here you can switch your characters to others if it's needed for some kind of dungeons. So I think the only thing are left is the Astro and the Relic. Over here, what you want to focus on: if you're a VIP you can spend a lot of gold, but this is the main thing you need to do over here, is as you get so you need level 10 for this one, 20, 30, 40, and it goes to level 100 to unlock it. And let's say you want to upgrade your effect on the piece you're using. So if you're upgrading this one, it goes for all the characters, even the ones that are not in your team, which is quite good. I suggest you put here on that position the damage rate, and in the max you can get it is to level 10, but you're going to need a lot of these points to get it to level 10, and that's a lot of gold, because for I'm just going to use it on one now. For this is 500 if you're not a VIP level. So as you can see, what I got is somewhere about 100 from this. If you're using let's say for 50 million, you are going to get somewhere about maybe 3 or 4,000 points. And over here you should I made a big mistake in the past exchange for this over here that gives you attacking critical to put it on me, but you should just exchange them for the damage rate and for the reduced damage rate and put it on every character. If you don't have a spot, you can always remove the resistance or the block from some of your characters, but as you can see, I try to focus on getting everything to level 5, and after that put it on, try to upgrade it again and again and again. On my passive characters I try to focus on doing the same. As for your relic, you should focus on these two the most, and after that you just going to go and do to stage to evolve them. As you get the shards, it's pretty easy, but as you're upgrading them, you should go to level 10 and then to the next relic, because it doesn't take so much material. But save this material for growth events again. For your equipment, this is what I use on me. I will switch this one probably if I get a better relic, but this is the best thing you can use if you want to get them stronger. And for the positioning, which I'm going to show you in a sec, this is the best thing you can use is relic on these heroes correctly. The reason why I'm using this heart over here and not here, because this piece over here debuffs the other buff, so she will never use it, and this one is the character that's always attacks second, so it's better chance of getting charm from the skill of this character and from the relic of this character. And these are all the relics I have. On your ruin over here, what you want to focus on is you want to put your strongest ruins on your strongest relic, but what you want to focus on is especially for the murder weapon, you want to put as much critical points as you can, and you're going to get all these levels. And for all the other relics, what you want to focus on is putting attack, prestige, and most likely you want to put critical relic and upgrade them to level 5, and if they have good points for level 10, for level 12 and for level 50, you can try to upgrade them, but most likely you want to focus your runes to have as much critical as possible. It doesn't matter, let's see, this one is a block ruin, but it still gives pretty good amounts of critical, and that's what you want to focus on, the prestige and the critical. For your blessing, you're going to focus on your mortar weapon over here. As you can see, I need only 2 levels to make it to level 7, which is going to give me 56% bonus damage. And when you're putting your the ruins you're going to get from your back, these are argument ruins. You want to focus putting the strongest pieces on your main weapon, main relic, excuse me. And let's say I suggest you focus on upgrading this one, this because it's going to give you dodge, and if you're against stronger character you can always dodge and maybe kill them. And for this shield over here, maybe you can upgrade also the grand power, which is somewhere around here. I suggest you can also upgrade this one, because each upgrade you're going to get, the next time you're going to get, as you can see from the next stage, you're going to get 30%. I'm going to focus on it as I'm done, but the point I'm using Galil, not the grand power, is because if you're using both of them you're going to get only one of the bonus attacks, and the reason I'm using this one is because it's A plus and the other one is just B. So this gives a random, each round it gives 36 attacking it gives 36 chance of increasing the attack of any of the allies. So it basically each round someone is going to get it, and it gives exactly 6% bonus attack. So maybe I'm going to focus on this one, we're going to see, but this is what I truly think you should focus on. Maybe this one is much better, but as you can see it doesn't give quite big change in the stats. But this is the thing you want to focus on, upgrade here and saving these materials over here. If you don't have mortar weapon, these spirit ashes, I suggest you save them until you get mortar weapon, so you can upgrade it to level 4 or level 5, even without having the more mortar weapons to, let's say, evolve it, because it's pretty hard to get it. This is thing you're going to get from the material dungeons. This goes for all this stuff, and right now we are going to explain about the dungeons a little bit more. So let's say with the material dungeons, if you want to do all of this to level 40 as I have, only this one I'm level 39 still, because I can get checkpoint 400 if I almost have 600 critical, 600k critical is 500, and I suggest you probably going to need 600 of this one, or maybe 2 million attack points, but I don't have neither of them, so that's the reason why I cannot finish this one. But if you want to finish all of them and get them to the last stage, you basically need 600,000 critical and 600,000 prestige to make them to the last point, and after that you can just blitz them each time. And also, as I said, you should have these relics over here. You need the murder weapon to do that, and you are going to need this one because sometimes you're going to need to join a couple of times so you can dodge one of the attacks, because sometimes the only reason why you cannot finish it because you need one more round, and this is going to be the thing that's going to give you the chance of getting extra. For the trial dungeons, this one is pretty easy to make. As you're done, you're just going to get all these pieces. What you want to do over here is, before you blitz, if you're, let's say, on floor level 60, you challenge it. After that, you blitz it, and you can challenge it one more time. Over here, I'm going to make a separate video of me trying to beat my score. I did this when I was 50 something million battle score, so I think I have a pretty good chance of making it to level 90, maybe even to level 95. For the lyrics, you just need to have a good team and a good backup, but as you get stronger, you're just going to try more and more and more. I suggest you use all the pieces that you have on yourself, the same arrangement sort of over here, and after that the next strongest pieces one by one, put it after each other. But in the beginning, maybe you should have one hero over here when you start the game. This is a piece that you're going to need to do again. So basically you're going to need to pick your strongest characters, so you can start your dragon and you're going to be in the second position. You need tank in the first, so you're the second, and in the third position you're going to put some kind of damage dealer. Over here, if you want to do this, this is my arrangement, but especially for this one, you're going to need the have Hellkeeper, and you're going to off all of your heroes. You're going to, let's say, the Grand Swordsman is my strongest hero. I'm going to switch all the stuff and transfer them to the Hellkeeper. I'm going to put him in the front, in the first position, and you're just going to need a couple of tries, and you're going to get to level floor 25, excuse me. For over here, if you want to get to level 10, you actually are going to need a murder weapon. Without the murder weapon, if you're, let's say, 30 million battle score, you can get to level 4. That's where I was. This is something pretty easy. Don't think you need a murder weapon. Maybe you need around, let's say, 30 something million battle score to make it to level 50, but it's pretty easy. Excuse me for that. For the arena, you just want to focus on getting the best position you can. I'm getting the 4th position because not that I cannot kill the 2nd and the 3rd one, but they're my friends, so I don't care. We are getting the same thing no matter the position. Over here, when you're doing these runs, you can always switch them. This is something you can exchange magic switches from the refreshing of the Relic shop, which I suggest if you accidentally find one, buy it. And when you're doing all these dungeons, I suggest you use Duelist. When you get to this floor over here, you're going to switch to Mystic. For the leader room, let's say I'm level, my ranking is 102. I should attack someone who's in the rank of from 1 to rank 20. And if you don't have the battle scores to beat this person, you can just click ranking, challenge again, and it's going to refresh until you get the number, let's say, you want. But don't attack someone who's let's say, let's see if we get, don't attack someone who's, let's say, 101. You need to try to have at least 50 to 100 ranking difference. For the ultimate level, you're going to get each one of these, but I don't really say you should focus on one. As you're upgrading your ultimate level, you're going to get this one, and you're going to need to challenge it more and more and more so you can upgrade it. But as you can see, I'm pretty far from getting this level. Over here, this is something new. I'm going to show you right now, but over here you're just challenging them, but this one and the other ones are pretty simple. Over here from your ultimate level, what I suggest you focus on is upgrading only these two over here, which is going to give you reduced damage rate and damage rate percentage, so focus on only upgrading these ones. Over here I made a huge mistake, so what you want to focus on is right now there's always people who can help you get to the nightmare so you can unlock all of this, but what you want to focus on is upgrading this one to level 50 is the max level. After that you're going to upgrade this one, after that you're going to upgrade this one, and after that, excuse me for that, I forgot which piece it was. Okay, so when you're done here, you're going to upgrade this one, then you're going to upgrade this one, then you're going to upgrade this one, then the resistance, and this one is the last one. For the divine, you should focus on your getting the crystals from your main character. And this is the new thing which you can active and upgrade it after that. It doesn't give quite much, but you should just focus on the skills. This is only for PvP, so I suggest you excuse me, I suggest you only use it for Ares because he gives dodge. Maybe you can use it for Poseidon, but to reduce the range, or maybe for this one, for me the best thing is the dodge, because you can kill someone who's quite stronger than you, or at least has a bigger battle rate score. That goes for this stuff. What we have missed. Okay, for dragon invasion, it's pretty simple how to kill these dragons, but I'm just going to join one to show you what exactly you should do when you attack one. So when you start the battle, what you actually want to do, focus on here. When you lose one time, you're going to get more. You can see one hit and I got the maximum rage because of the critical. So you want to start with this one. The second round, right now I couldn't show you, but you should use 2. After that you're going to use your awakening skill. I'm showing you how to do the biggest damage. So some people say you should start with this one, but not really. You're actually going to make less damage. When you're done for the fourth round, you're going to use this one again. The things I'm saying, actually I'm going to explain a little bit more for the rage. And for the 5th round you're going to use your Z skill, and after that you're just going to use 2, 3 if you didn't get like me. Let's say if I get recovery rage, okay, I got one, I'm going to use 3, and then I'm going to use 2, and that's basically all. And then after that you're just going to use normal hits. But let's say if you didn't use this one, I suggest on this level over here, which is the last one before he kills all, you use this skill, or the last round you're going to use this skill so you can get the biggest damage as possible. And if I don't dodge, I'm going to die now. Okay, I did dodge, so it's going to take a little bit more now. Okay, so this is how you should attack these dragons over here. The same thing goes for the dragons or any of these pieces over here. But what I suggest when you do, if you have a chance of joining one of these dragons over here, you join them, and after that, then you're going to join one of these one, because you're going to start with 100 rage, and if you start with 100 rage, you have bigger chance of killing the dragons. Let's say if you have dragon level 80, I suggest you attack the dragons that you have level 80 first, because if you have murder weapon, or let's say you have close to 600k stats, you can actually finish this in one joinings, so you can be the only one attacking, but the only one killing the current dragon. I only attack the fire, the dark, and the wind, because this is the dragons that I have on level 18, and having a dragon on level 18, you're going to have quite a big resistance. This covers sort of most of the stuff over here, nothing special. Sometimes you're going to get these parts from other one, but if you don't, you're going to buy 10 and you're going to blitz them. I'm going to make a separate video on the runs, how to do them, explaining them, what you should do, but the last thing I want to cover over here is, I think I have covered everything, the shard store. So you're going to need shards. Let me take something just to show. Let's say this one. Oops, that was a mistake. Okay, I'm going to cut this part and get back to it. Okay, so for the shard store, you have, let's say you want to use all 10 of these, because you have the wings and or the mount, it doesn't matter. This is the points that it's going to give you, but what you want to focus on here is, let's say if you have wing upgrade stones, you should focus on getting them. Sometimes if you don't have 1000 for the other events of the refound stone, you can use them, or for hero stone for this one, but use them only for materials. If you have artifact shards, I definitely would use them for it. If you're a beginner, you can use them for Christmas spinal, but I don't need them, so I'm not going to exchange for them. It stays for 30 days, the same shop. Sometimes they almost don't change anything like they did now. You can use to exchange for this one. I'm not going to exchange right now, because I'm going to get only 50k and I need like 25k to upgrade to stage 9, so it's not worth. But that's basically for the shard store. That's why I said you should save your shards from the amounts you have. As you can see, I have 39 from this one, 29 from this one, and I'm saving them because I have these mounts and I prefer to destroy them in the shard store so I can get extra stuff. And don't think we have anything else to cover. Maybe over here you should try to focus on getting the characters, or let's say getting them to the second stage so you can get some bonus. If you actually have, let's say, I think there was a place over here. Okay, let's say for this you need to upgrade your mount one time, so that means if you have shards, let's say 20, or you exchange from somewhere, you can upgrade this one, and you need to do that because for getting some extra bonus stats. And I think that's basically it. So with a couple of words, what you want to focus on is getting your damage rate big. So this is what you want to focus on all of your characters, but this is going to take a lot of money, and The next thing you want to focus on is the talents. Focus on the critical side of the talents. And as for your stats and points, what you want to focus on, the most you're going to get is from these blessing crystals and from the earrings. So you want to focus on getting prestige, attack and critical from here, most likely critical. This is the main thing you need. And I'm just going to show you on my fashion. So this is the last thing. You want to focus on getting as many of fashion points as you can. So you want to focus on getting close attacks and badges. So mainly I will go for the weapons and for the clothes, not so much for the badge, because and if you have trials, I have quite a lot, because if you have the skin, you can recycle it and it's going to give you more points, and you can use them, let's say, to upgrade this one. And when you have them on 5 stars, you're going to get bonus 2000, so it's perfect. So this is everything I have, as I said, but you wanna get it to level 10. So when you get it to level 10, you're going to start with 20 rage. And if you don't get to level 10 soon, you can always get, as you can see from here, I'm starting with plus 8 recovery. So that means I'm going to recover from one hit right now. I think it's 34 rage, so you just need to get it to level, I think 6 or 7 the fashion points. And I'm not now just going to show you what I have, like materials and stuff like that, if anyone wants to check it out. Oh, I forgot about the blacksmith. So this one is really the last one. As I said, you should focus on getting this one to plus 2250, excuse me, but it takes quite a lot of gold for for only getting 1 plus right now. For your socket, you're going to get these drills over here from events and stuff. Don't exchange, don't get from anywhere, just wait for the events and you're just going to get them one by one. But you should focus on here on putting so this the bonus stuff on your characters, on your character, main character, excuse me. What you want to focus on is putting critical on it, as much critical as possible, and attack. This is the thing you want to focus as a game piece. For the enchantment, this is the ones I suggest you use on you. They attack the biggest damage. This attacks all the pieces, so it's pretty good. This attacks all the pieces, this attacks in a line, this attacks 3 random targets, so not so worth. I'm not sure how you're getting this set of the Murderer. I'm going to try to figure it out and maybe give a tip about it. And for the other ones, you should use all the ones that are S cards, and the A cards, use only the strongest one you have. And maybe, I'm not so sure, but I think this set is active if you use current this piece and this piece, let's say. I'm going to try it, and when I find out, I'm going to try to help. But when you get this piece to 100, you need this, and this crystal is 1.5 amber, so that's pretty much a lot. And when you get them to level 10, you're just going to stay to level 10 if you donate. But let's face it, For the refine, I suggest you do exactly the same as for the others. You get them, as you can see, I'm trying to get them all to 700 refines. And what you want to focus here is, if you have reforged stones, you want to reforge and you want to get critical and prestige. This is what you want on your heroes. You want only critical and prestige, nothing else. For the trials, I have quite a lot of, but over here you want to focus on getting them to stage 5, and basically that's it, because after, when you're attack, you're going to get +5, no matter whether you use your skill or not, you're going to get +5, so it's pretty good. I'm saving them for growth events someday, that's why I don't use them. Over here you're just going to focus, as I said, for this crystal on your main dragon. Over here you're just going to synchronize. As I was saying, you're going to exchange this for cards and stuff like that, and after you're done, you're going to focus here on just synchronizing, and here you're just going to save them. You can upgrade them to get them to level 5, and after that you're just going to save them for an extra event you're going to get. But basically that's it. I have quite a lot from some materials because I'm trying to focus on some, but right now over here I'm focusing most likely on attack. For the polish, as you think, let's say you get to ultimate level 10 and you're going to need huge amounts of time before you get to level 85, this level, this ultimate level 15. So before you get that, you can reforge here, but as I said, when you reforge here, you want to focus on critical and prestige. Recycle, it's pretty simple what I said. If you don't no longer need this, you can recycle it for this part over here. And for the switch, sometimes you can switch, but as you can see, let's say you need almost 4 million to switch from one crystal to another if you want to get to level 9. And that basically covers everything. The server just restarted, so I'm going to do my main stuff, and after I'm done, probably going to do for explanation how to do the runs, and basically this everything I think that should have been covered for this game. That's it. See you in the next video about this game.